Okay, good afternoon, C House. We are coming to you to finish up the homework, to do the homework. This is Miss Butel, and it's a beautiful Tuesday afternoon, and I'm here to work on homework. So let me get my tools that I need. All right, so in the background, I have my conversion table right behind me right here. And I also have at the bottom of my screen, I have my calculator. So I've got everything I need. How many seconds are there in 1 year? Okay, so 1 year, I'm going to convert this to, that is a piece of time. So I've got to turn that into days first. So remember, year is considered to be on top. It's over 1. So 1 year is the same as 365 days. Now that means that year and year cancel. Now I'm going to go, I'm in days, I'm not in seconds yet. So I know that 1 day is 24 hours. And now we can see our days canceled. I've got to take hours. 1 hour is 60 minutes. And now our our hours canceled, and we're going to have to get minutes now to seconds. So 1 minute is 60 seconds. All right, now our minutes cancel. I'm done as far as having to do something this. So this is a whole bunch of seconds. So I'm going to go grab my calculator. I'm in degree, so we're good, clear. I have 3. You know what? I don't need to do a fraction here because I don't need n over d because everything on the bottom of those fractions are 1. So I'm going to take 365 times 24 times 60 times 60. Enter. There we go. 3153, and I can't see it. 3153, 6,000. Wow, we can write a song. 31,536,000 seconds instead of minutes. Okay, sorry. I'll keep my songs for later. All right, the distance from Santa Maria to Los Alamos is 16.25 miles. What's the distance in centimeters? So I'm going to take 16.25 miles, and I want to get that all the way down from miles to centimeters. So, oh my gosh, I don't know about you, but I have no clue what to use. So I have a mile as 5,280 feet. I have, a mile is 1.6 kilometers. What am I in again? I totally forgot. I can get it into, why don't I go from miles? Let's write this down. Let's go from miles to feet to inches to centimeters. Okay, I looked at this. I'll tell you what I saw over here that made me think this way. I'm going to get this out of the way. Let me go to draw and get my highlighter. So I know that an inch is in centimeters right there. If I go from a mile into kilometers, then I have to change kilometers into centimeters, which we don't have all those conversions. It's easy for me to do, but I want to make it easy for you to do. So getting to an inch, I know how to do that really quick. So back to this one. So I'm first going to change to feet, and that's not where I wanted to be. That's kind of surprising. the other one was on that. I am going to multiply by, let's start with the beginning, 1 mile. Notice my mile goes on the bottom to 5,280 feet. Now I know that because I've seen it so many times. The miles and the miles, they got to cancel. Next thing I'm going to do is change feet to inches. So I'm going from miles to feet, which is where I am right now, and now to inches. So 1 foot is 12 inches, and they want to know this in centimeters. So feet, they get to cancel. Last thing I'm going to do is inch to centimeters. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this, and this is, of course, in the way. 1 inch is 2.5 centimeters. So back to here, 1 inch. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. All right, so inch and inch cancels. Everything is left on top. Guys, this is 16.25 is the initial. So I have 16.25 times 5,280, big number, times 12 times 2.54. This is going to be a lot. There it is, 2,615,184 centimeters. So 2,615,000, was it 584? I can't believe I remember that. 184, close. 184 centimeters. Okay, something that I'm glad we don't count how many centimeters between towns. All right, the average American student is in a class 330 minutes per day. How many hours per day is this? Okay, good. Something that's easy to work with. We have 330 minutes per 1 day. And notice we're changing hours to days. So all I need to do is work on the minutes. So I am going to multiply by, okay, 1 minute, it goes into seconds. So I'm going to have wow. I want to leave the day alone. I've got time and time, which is a bit unusual. Minutes per day is okay to do, but I'm just changing hours per day. Be careful. I'm going to grab a highlighter. Do not mess with this day right there. You leave that day alone. So what I do want to mess with is the minutes right here. And I know that 60 minutes is 1 hour. Now, notice that the 60 went on the bottom, not the top, because minutes had to cancel with this minute. Okay, they had to cancel. So with that said, I'm going to take my calculator and I'm going to go 330, and that should have been an N over D, and then 60's on the bottom. 11 over 2, 5.5. Okay, so 332 or 330 is 5.5 hours per day. All right, 53 yards per hour into feet per day. So I'm going to go 53 yards per hour per 1 hour. By the way, if they were to tell you like it took 2 hours to do this, it would be per 2 hours, and you would have numbers that you would have to divide by on the bottom, which is all good. But just in case you ran 53 yards in so many minutes, it would make sense that the yards per minute would be there. Okay, so I'm going to feet. So first thing I want to do is change feet, yards to feet. So 1 yard, if you need to go back and look this up, is 3 feet. right? Notice yards and yards cancel, and I'm at the feet mark because I've got feet right here. The next thing it says per day instead of per hour. So how many hours in a day? 24 hours in one day. Now, if you were thinking one day on top, 24 hours on the bottom, we would not have hours and hours to cancel. So we don't want that to happen. Notice here again, all of my numbers were on the top. So all I have to do is take 3 times 24. I think I've got it all. 216. Oh, it was 53. Wouldn't you know it? Let's go back and fix that. 53 times 3 times 24. 3,816. 3,816. And this is feet per day. And you can write this out with per instead of the slash. I never do. Sorry, I hope I didn't upset anybody by that, but I never do. Okay, whoops. How many feet? Whoa. I left one out. My bad. All right. 60 miles per hour is how many feet per second? So 60 miles per 1 hour. And I have got to turn this into feet per second. So the first thing I'm going to do is say 1 mile is 5,280 feet. That's going to take care of miles and miles and land me in feet. Then I have to get to seconds. So 1 hour has to go on top because this needs to cancel with that. 1 hour over 60 minutes, not seconds. And then 1 minute is 60 seconds. So that is going to cancel here. And that's going to give me numbers on top, numbers on bottom. So I have 60. I need N over D. I put 60 on top times 5,280 over 60 times 60. Now, guys, I have done 60 times 60, I feel like 30 times already this year. So I know that's 3,600, and you can put 3,600 if you wanted to. At any rate, it leaves me 88. And look at our units, feet per second. Always look back at your units. They are so important. And if you have not watched Apollo 13, go back and watch it. You will see how important those units are. Okay, it's real important to astronauts that they get back to the right place. How many feet per second is a wave going if it travels a distance of 1 mile in 7.35 seconds? So we're at 7.35. I'm setting this up wrong. My bad. I went back and I went, I'm missing something. 1 mile, this N is the same as our per. All right, in this many seconds. So this is, and we're trying to change it to feet per second. So I'm going to do 1 mile in, I mentioned this just 3 seconds earlier, I figure. 5 seconds. Okay, maybe 2.5 minutes earlier. Seconds times, okay, now this is where I'm going to change mile to feet. So 1 mile is, imagine this, 5,280 feet. I know we've used that so many times and we'll keep using it. Now we want to go per second. Guys, my miles canceled. I am already at feet per second. So all I have to do is simplify this. So this is the beauty of this setup. I did not have to figure out, am I multiplying or dividing? I just go to N over D, put 5,280. Now, interestingly enough, I am so sorry. I yawn. It is a beautiful day and I've had tons of coffee. You would think I'd be fine. All right, 718.4. 718.4 feet per second. It didn't tell me how many decimals to take it, so I'm going to leave it at that. I'll always keep a decimal usually unless it tells me to take it to the nearest whole number. All right, moving on down the page. Homework, homework. I was told that one of my students, this really benefited him to see these problems worked out through video. So that's the whole reason that I'm doing this through video. And I'm trying to make this cursor stop blinking, but it's not. So, oh well. All right, Shannon found some lace at a price, I think we're missing a word, at a price of €4 per meter in Ireland. The same lace sold for $15.99 per yard in Atlanta. Should she buy the lace in Ireland or wait until she returns to Atlanta? Okay, so we have to find out what the price is, dollars per meter. So we have to change €4, we'll use a capital E for euros, per 1 meter. And I don't need all of that for meter. I don't know what I'm thinking. All right. And the first thing I'm going to do is change €1 to dollars. So €1 equals, and there's a symbol for euro. I just don't remember what it is. 0.79. I'm going to put dollars like this, doll. It's usually just made with a dollar symbol, but we're not doing that for euros. So I'm just going to keep it like that, if that makes sense. Now I'm in dollars. Now I got to get per yard. So 1 meter is 0.328. So I'm going to multiply now. I'm going to use this and I'm going to say 1 meter is 3.28 feet. Notice I want the meter and the meter to cancel, and I never did cancel the euros and euros. My apologies. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is go to from feet to yards. So I know that 3 feet make a yard, and the feet are going to go on top because I want the feet to cancel with feet. It's the same as 1 yard. And usually I put YD, and I didn't this time. I spelled it all the way out. Now I have dollars per yard. So I'm going to take my calculator and I'm going to have N over D, and I've got 4 times 0.79 times 3. The only thing that I left out of the top was the 1, and the only thing I want on the bottom is the 3.28 because it's the only thing not a 1. So all over 3.28. All right, so this is 289. 2.89. I know the decimal goes on, and this is dollars per yard. There's my YD that I normally do. So if, wow, then they need to go ahead and buy it while they are in Ireland. Is that where we are? Yes, Ireland. 289 per yard is a lot less expensive. Let me double check, make sure I have everything. Euros to dollars, and then meters to feet, and feet to yards. Yep, that's it. Buy it in Ireland. Buy in, and that's not quite a U. Ireland. Okay. Ayana and Zoe are measuring the speed of a snail. Well, that has to be fun. Which units would be the most appropriate for measuring this quantity? Miles per hour, minutes per milliliter. Okay, first of all, miles per hour is what a car would go, so this is way too big. And now we're doing time per distance. This one can't be right for that reason alone. Meters per second or millimeters per minute. A snail is really slow. I would say it's this. Meters in a second, they would go a tiny fraction of a meter. So millimeters per minute would be the most appropriate one. Okay. And we're done.